At the start of the new season, no one knows where the best duo drop slots are. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where I come in. Today I'm showing you all of the best duo spots, 5 of them, that are possibly going to be uncontested for the majority of this season. Make sure you like the video so it gets out to more people, and also check out Destiny Jesus Duo Masterclass in the description. It's a one-time lifetime purchase, and it gets you perks such as listening to pro coaching sessions between Destiny Jesus and players like Vino. Let's go. Alright, so this drop is going to be down here in the map, right at the bottom. We're going to be taking kind of a split between here, here, and here. You can see it's the location just below Redline Rig, which means it's even better because if you finish looting this drop and you have the best loot on Earth, you can actually just go push into Redline Rig. But there is also the option of just disengaging down the shoreline. You both land here at the end of the dock. You know why? This spot actually has 3 permanent chests that will spawn 100% at a time. As well as this little spot actually has some of the most chests in the map. I'm pretty sure it has about 21 chests. In this small spot here, that's right at the bottom of the map that no one really knows about. Look at the size of it. 21 chests, I would have told you crazy. As well as this spot over here actually has some of the plants that give you shields. As if that wasn't enough, at the end of the dock where I told you to land, there is a slurp truck. So you can land like this, you can get full shield 100%, and then you can go and get the permanent chest here. One of you can get that, and one of you can get the permanent chest over the other side. Second permanent chest is a little bit harder to get. It's going to be like on top of the crane, which is slightly dodgy. She might have just missed out on that altogether. But it's still permanent, so if you're really stuck on loot, maybe this chest that is a floating one, if you destroy the crane, can help you out. But that being said, I doubt you're going to be stuck on loot, because as I loot the rest of the chests here, you're going to see just how many there actually are. There is also a permanent launch pad here. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy. This is only drop 1 and it's this crazy. This might be the best one. This permanent launch pad can get you to either one of these other 2 locations. There's 3 chests here, and there's also quite a couple chests here. On top of this drop's actually a super nice place to fight at. It's pretty open, so you can, like, I don't know, I prefer open spaces to spaces with buildings. It's a little bit more dodgy with buildings. But here it's very open, so if you have the mats, it's wonderful. If you somehow didn't have full shield after the fight, there's also slurp barrels, and as well as that, there is probably about max metal here for both of you, judging by how many shipping containers there are. I marked this and this for loot in case you didn't get enough from this one right here, but let's be honest, you're going to have enough from this one right here. Even though the rest of the chests aren't 100% spawn, the chances that 17 chests all aren't going to spawn is very, 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 very low. And there's also slurp barrels around here as well. I could have looted this place a lot faster, so Storm's coming in now, but this is what I've got just from a couple of chests. And let's be honest, this is a game-winning loadout. And I also know for a fact a lot of people are going to be very annoyed at me for leaking this drop, because no one knows the true power. As you can see, the lake I told you about has like 3 permanent chests all on top of the boat. So if you really don't have loot or are looking for white meds coming from Storm, this might be an option. And this other place here also has 1 or 2 permanent chests. It doesn't have the most chests, but again, if you're rotating down the shoreline to maybe get to zone, let's say a zone that's pulled over here, maybe it's an option. What will the other drops bring? Stick around and find out, why don't you? If you're interested in split drops, then this might be the drop for you. It is most likely going to be uncontested, as most people don't understand the true power of split drops, especially since we have the golden chests that have 100% chest spawn. So where you're going to be landing now is up here. One of you's going to land here, and one of you's going to land here. That's because there's 3 permanent chests on each of these spots. And I think that's really spectacular. 3 chests guaranteed at the start of every game is something that every duo should strive for. Now you might be thinking that is more than enough for me. People might land this house, however you're going to be far long gone by the time they get here. The 3 permanent chests here are in the bushes, and the 3 permanent chests over here are on the shoreline. One thing I love about this season is there are so many different drops you can use. Like, it might be the most versatile season in terms of the map. If they can just fix these fists and these nitro and the medallion that gives you unlimited ammo, we should be so good. Speaking of unlimited things, this island has unlimited mats, I'm gonna be real. It has so many materials. You can get max wood and max brick before you even get off this island. If you're looking for a low-key one this season, this might be the one for you. This is another one of the non-permanent chests right here. It even comes with an NPC in ranked, but obviously for competitive, that's not really relevant. This is another non-permanent chest that is spawned, so you could have 4 chests each, but at the very least you'll have 3 chests each. It's one of the permanent chests for the other player, and these are the other 2 right next to each other. So you have a perfect drop or a drop map, then it'll be perfect. If you want to get a drop map for a really low price, but really high quality that all the pros use, click on the link in the description. It does help support the channel. There's also a slurp barrel here. I don't know if you really need it though. Right, now you finish looting this island. This island is great, but it's not going to give you everything you need in my opinion. So once you finish that, you're going to head over here. If you look at our map that we had for this location, it's up on the screen right now. You're going to be able to see there is another part of loot that is around this area. This is where I'd recommend you split up again. So right now you can see I'm going towards these boats. You can both go towards these boats perfectly fine. I believe there is 1 chest spawn here, but there's also some floor spawns, ammo boxes, etc. So there's no issue if the chest doesn't spawn. But what's great is there are a ton of bricks around this area once again, and also you're now going to split up. So one of you is going to go to here, one of you is going to go to here. This spot has like 3 chests, and this spot has like 8. I don't know how this spot has 8, but that's one we're going to go to today because we're playing out as a solo. I mean, as well as like 8 chests, it has the fences around the outside, so you can get some metal up. So there is metal in this spot, which is wonderful. So worst case scenario, if this part is looted, you can just get the metal. 1 chest, 2 chests, 3 chests, 4 chests, and there is also some slurp canisters in case you're not full health. Not all the chests spawned at this location, but the metal and the slurp barrels and everything else more than make up for it. If you've done this well, you're close to Lavish Lair now, and you can focus on rotating either through Lavish Lair, keying whoever's there, or through the empty space here into this area. Honestly, this might be one of the best. I know I say that every single time, but there are so many good drops this season that are just underrated and people know nothing about, and that was one of them. What is the least popular location in Fortnite ever? If you said Rebel's Roost, you'd be right, and that is why the 3rd drop is Rebel's Roost. It's the first time I've ever included a main name location on this list, but it's so bad that it is actually good for being uncontested at. When I say it's so bad, I just mean it's unpopular, it's small, so people don't actually really think about it. I sometimes forget this place exists because most locations like the Underworld are really big, but this one is literally a single building. It's as big as a non-name POI. You're both going to land the main building and you're going to get the best drops ever using Destiny Jesus drop maps, link in the description, and then the other team contesting you, if there is one, is going to land here with 2 chests. This means you've got superior loot advantage and you're going to be able to key them pretty much straight away and demolish them, which is 3 kills off spawn. The good thing about this is in tournaments, a lot of people are just landing here because there's nowhere else. So if you get to learn this drop, you're facing people who have probably landed here maybe 5 times. So it's 3 kills off spawn every single game, even if they do contest you directly. Again, it's not even the worst drop ever. It does have these, which you can see hasn't even given me bad loot at all. This place does have an underground, and yes, barely anyone knows it exists. Once you finish looting all you need for Rebel's Roost, maybe go down and check here anyway. If there are people contesting down here, you need to go down slightly earlier anyway, so just head down here at some point. A fact of life is you're gonna have more loot than the players down here. It's just obvious. They have 2 chests and you just loot the entirety of Rebel's Roost. You're gonna have better loot than them. So you're going to hard roll them because you got so much more loot. And then you're going to come out this location looking pretty stacked, even if people have contested you 2 times over. If you need to get away quickly, then this little river with the Hades dashes is a great way to do it. It's pretty near to Rebel's Roost as well. And if you come up with not enough loot, you can go over to this spot over here that we discussed in the last drop. That is so good. Bearing in mind the people over here are going to have an advantage in getting here first because they have less to loot. But if you can get there, then it is pretty much free loot, to be honest. And make sure you get your metal up. You don't want to go into a game with no metal in this meta. You might be wondering why we haven't had a mid-map location yet, and now we have a mid-map location for you guys. So you're going to land right here. Now this seems a little bit out in the open with no protection, and it's a bit of a risk you have to take because this drop is so good. So there's actually a 100% chest spawn here, and I'd recommend one of you land on it and one of you land, so the chest is here. So one of you land on the chest and one of you land in this building and get the chest there. So once you got the chest there, you're going to come outside and there is 10 slurp barrels right here. Just anyone's slurp barrels, just chilling. Once the player's got the chest in here, they can come out and jump in the water, which you can run on now, which is a massive buff. Another option for a chest is actually round here. There is a chest behind the rock, and this also comes with a slurp plant in case you get into an engagement. But these rocks give you such good mats, it's great, it's wonderful. And once you got these slurp barrels, you can destroy them either with one cone, which destroy every single one of them, or you can hack them individually as a duo, which is what I would expect you to do, because you get so much metal from this, it's just ridiculous. I personally don't understand why you turned down 153 metal at the start of the game, but that's just me. You do you, chat. Once you've done this, you might be wondering what is the next step. We've got some guns, we've got some loot. So what are we going to do now? We got full heals. Most likely we've got some spare heals from our trip to the chest as well. You can either take the geyser, which is right there. I personally like the geyser, and I'd recommend you take it, to be honest, instead of walking. It can be a bit more of a surprising entrance, because now you're about to key. If you see this place here, it was here last season, you'll get a geyser straight onto it. If it's uncontested, that's great, you've got some more loot. If it's not uncontested, great, because you're going to get more loot. Slurp barrels in there, and there's also a chest that spawns in here. But after the loot you've got from over there, and you factor your max health with some spare heals, you should easily roll this fight, considering you're up on mats as well, because you've got all those bricks over here. This should be an easy fight. One thing I would be careful of in this kind of like roof area is that we've had a duo hide behind here before, which is pretty crazy, I know, but it has happened. So I'd be wary of people hiding behind here. It is a good spot because you can just uncrouch and hit them like 100 at least. If you've done it correctly though, this should be a pretty easy fight for you no matter what the caliber of the team. And I'd like to remind you to have confidence in your skill when fighting here. You will have enough loot by the time this ends, and if you possibly don't have enough loot, head over to the forecast tower. It's gonna be right next to it. Basically, you're gonna have to contest this team who are going to have landed just over here at that mountain and this mountain right here. Those teams will contest you, but there's metal here once again, so you can get your metal up even further. There's 2 chests, and if the forecast spawns, you'll get 2 fizzes from the forecast, leaving you pretty stacked for a drop that you landed on 2 chests with. It's all about the game plan, chat. Think about it. And get ready for drop number 5, one of my personal favorites with some of the most loot in a small area I've ever seen. One place I bet you didn't notice last season, but if you look down from Ballers Battleground and Mount Olympus, there's actually a third, like, pretty solid location right here, down right bottom corner of the map. We haven't been down here yet today. We went to this place right here, but it's just kind of like north from that area. Now let me show you what's so good about this drop. You cannot miss a single thing. Make sure you send this video to your duo partner so they can help you decide which drop you're going to alpha up this season. Now there's a mountain in front of this one, so you've got to have a really good drop. Again, it's in the description. Super low prices, super high quality. All of the best pros in the world use these drop maps. Now I'd actually recommend one of you land up here on this mountain. It might be a bit out of pocket, but if you get the chest quickly up in this mountain, maybe get your keyboard player with scroll wheel pickup up here, because he can just completely roll through these chests super quick, jump on this pad, and drop down with everyone else. If the team you're contesting have bad or even mediocre drops, he's going to get there first, and he's going to get there the exact same time as the enemy and be able to just kill them straight off the bat, because they're not going to have any weapons, and your teammate who landed up there will have weapons. Especially if you get a shotgun, they can literally just land on the player's head. It's really overpowered. Now this place is crazy. You don't have to pop a single bit shield here if you're unconned, or if you're conned actually, because you could just go around and get all of these slurp barrels that are just everywhere. There is easily enough slurp barrels for you and your duo, and if you run round with each other off spawn and just grab them really quick before looting anything else, if you're not contested, then hey, you're going to be maxed HP pretty much instantly. You see this area up here, there's 2 chests up here, as well as even more slurp barrels. You can't walk into a new room without finding more of these slurp barrels, and they provide great metal for you off spawn as well. There is just loot everywhere, 3 chests within about a meter. In this room alone, there's 5 chest spawns, and you know how wild that is? It's crazy. I'm actually going to start landing here maybe in scrims, it's that good. As well as this, I picked every single drop today because it's got great metal. Metal's the most overpowered thing this season because it's the only material that if fully built, you can't go straight through with nitro splashes. As well as this, metal also stops the gloves, so people aren't going to be ending up in your box at all. Or if they're trying to, you're going to be able to be well notified beforehand. I'm not even looting this place seriously, and I have a lot of maps already. I have solid loot already, and if someone came along right now, I could probably roll them. I'm going to be real. I didn't even loot this half of the location, and I already have some wild loot. I do recommend if you are going to contest one side, you contest this side right here. It has by far the most loot and has the room with 5 chests in. But as always, the map with all of the chest spawns are up on the screen right now. So make sure you save all these images and send this video to your duo partner once again, because he's going to want to know. If he doesn't know, he can't capitalize on these looting routes. Better I explain it than you explain it, right? So these were the job spots for today's video, and I'm going to release a solo one soon, so make sure you subscribe with notifications on so you never miss it. Also, if I do release it, it's going to be in the top comment, and I'm also going to put it on the screen right now. I know it's a lot, but if it's out, it's on the screen, so go click it and watch it. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day.